Hi guys, so welcome to your short Swift practice this evening. The theme and the focus will be on fluid spine movement. So enjoy. Let's get moving. So we're going to start at the front of our mats, and today we're going to start in Tadasana, so in a standing pose. And it's really about just dropping into the breath and getting grounded through the feet. So really feeling the earth underneath you. Having your pelvis in a neutral position with the chest open, the shoulders start to draw back. And you can even close your eyes or keep a soft gaze. And take this moment to connect in a standing pose. It's possible that your body might be shifting a little bit. And this is really merely the blood flow, the energy that's flowing around the body. Take the breath a little bit deeper as you normally would. And just having this nice, even pace. We're going to place the hands in the center of our chest in Namaskar. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale out of the mouth. Okay, just clearing the mind for the practice today. And again, just taking a breath in, and exhaling out of the mouth. Okay, we'll do that one more time. Breath in, and exhale out. Let's slowly open the eyes. Take a deep inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, coming down into a forward fold all the way. Coming into a halfway lift. Exhale forward. And then slowly coming up like a ragdoll. Nice and slow. So you kind of create this ripple effect with the body. Roll the shoulders back when you stand up. You reach the arms up, make a nice big circle looking up. And then exhale, going down all the way, forward fold. You can even bend the knees on the forward fold. Let's come into a halfway lift, Urdhva Uttanasana. And then exhale, Uttanasana, forward. And then again, this ripple effect coming up one vertebra at a time. And as we stand, the shoulders come up last, and we reach the arms up in a nice big circle, as if you were embracing your practice and then coming down into a forward fold again. Good, coming into a halfway lift again. And exhale, Uttanasana. Good, let's slowly coming up. Now this is the last time we'll roll up one vertebra at a time. Roll the shoulders back, and then coming back into mountain. Let's reach the arms up, and we're going to grab the left wrist with the right hand. Now tuck your tailbone down and then exhale to the right. So going all the way. And engage the legs as much as you can. Good, take another breath here. Keep the shoulders square, and then coming back to center. Change and grab the right wrist with the left hand. Good, tuck the tailbone down and then exhale all the way to the left. Good, we're just staying here for a breath here. Breath out, sinking further to the left. Good, and then coming back to center, palms facing each other now. Good, and we sit down into chair pose. Sit the hips down and body weight into the heels. Good, and just take another breath count here, just warming up the legs. Good, and then exhale, coming down into a forward fold. Now let's just gather our hands flat on the forward fold, the first one. And what you want to do is place the hands totally flat on the floor, bend your knees so your stomach is literally touching the thighs, and you start to straighten the legs without the palms lifting from the mat. Shoulders away from the ears, breath in, breath out. Good, and then we're going to straighten the right leg and bend the left knee. So you just stretch the right hamstring and we twist open to the right. So left hand on the floor, good. You can even wrap that right arm behind you. Take a breath here as you twist further to the right. Good, then we release the bind, right arm comes back up, exhale down. Nice. Good, let's go to the other side. So we bend the right leg, straighten the left leg and open up the chest. Option to wrap the left arm behind the back and grab the rim of the trouser and just stretching further to the left. Good, then the left arm extends back up, exhale coming back all the way down. Good, the left knee goes to the back. Good, and then we lower the left knee down on the floor and we lift up into a kneeling warrior. Good, and then staying here, we're going to grab the left wrist with the right hand, spread the fingers wide, inhale, exhale going to the right again. Take another breath here. Good, then we come back to center, change, grab the right wrist, and then exhale to the left. Good, and then coming back to center, palms facing each other again. Good, have the hands come down. Good, and then let's twist to the right. So the left hand on the inside, right arm open. Good, and then point the right hand all the way to the back. Keep the right knee plugged in. Good, on the inhale, we go all the way to the back. On the exhale, we go all the way forward with the hand. Start to straighten the right leg. Keep the left heel lifted, coming into a pyramid fold. Good, left hip forward, right hip back, upper body soft, including the neck. Good, take a breath here. So you really want to be pressing the right leg in, including the tiny little toes. Good, and then bend the right knee again. Now let's flatten the back foot. So the back foot starts to flatten. And notice if your right knee is just above the ankle, and if it isn't, you could grab a block, place it on the outside of the right foot, and then we open up with the left arm. Good. Inhale. Exhale, start to straighten the left arm all the way to the front. Good, keep the chest open. The inner thigh of the right leg is pressing in towards the back of the room. Knee above the ankle. Good, and then the left hand comes all the way down. We spin the back heel off the mat. Good, and then we twist over into a twisted lunge. Good, inhale, exhale, start to straighten that right arm all the way to the front. Let's place a hand on the outside of the right foot, coming into the second pyramid fold, and soften the upper body, straighten the right leg. Steady breaths. So nice and slow stretching here today. We're going to bend that right knee, lower the left knee down on the floor, and then the right knee goes back. Now have your hips positioned above your knees. Place both hands in each corner of the mat. Puppy dog. Inhale, exhale, start to sink the chest. And keep a nice tight breath with the hands. Feel the broadening of the shoulders. Forehead could even touch the floor if you want. And again, just dropping into breath. Good, then we're slowly going to come back onto all fours. Curl the toes under, exhale into the first downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good, you can pedal the knees left and right, kind of feeling your way into the dog. You can even move the shoulders if you wish. Good, and then coming back into a stationary downward facing dog. Good, and then the left foot lands in the front. Right knee down on the floor. Good, we lift up into a kneeling warrior, lifting up. Good, opening up the chest, tailbone pointing down. Good, then come back into a neutral position. Grab the right wrist with the left hand. Inhale. Exhale to the left. Taking a moment here, inhale. Exhale further to the left. Good, then come back to center. Grab the other wrist, grabbing the left wrist. Inhale. Exhale to the right. Good, and again, inhale. Exhale further to the right. Good, and then coming back to center, release the arms, palms facing each other. Exhale, coming back down. Good, and then now let's start to straighten the left leg, coming into a pyramid fold over the left leg. So right hip forward, left hip back, start to soften the upper body. Steady breathing. Good, now we're going to bend the left knee. Good, and then we're going to flatten the right foot. You can place the block on the outside of the left foot and start to open up into that side angle pose. So hand on the outside of the left leg, right arm starts to stretch all the way to the front. Good, have an active stretch so the back leg is engaged, the right arm is stretching forward. Good, then we're going to slowly lower down, spin the back heel off, and then here we'll start to twist open. Good, and then have that left hand go all the way to the back. Good, so really opening up the hips, keep the left knee plugged in. Good, and then exhale, left hand comes all the way forward. We come back to that second pyramid fold. So trying to straighten that left leg, right hip forward, left hip back, upper body soft. Here we're going to bend the left knee. And then the right foot lands next to the left foot, coming back into a forward fold. And here, just take a moment here. And then coming up like a ragdoll, so like we did in the beginning of the class. Good, rolling up. Rolling the shoulders last and expanding the arms, opening up the arms, coming up. And then exhale, coming down into a forward fold. Good, inhale, halfway lift. This time we step into a plank pose. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, upward facing. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Good, and again, just take a moment here. Feeling your way into the dog. Steady breathing. Good, let's lift the right leg up. Good, and then here we can bend the knee, start to kind of really open up that right thigh. You can make a wiggle with the right leg. Maybe do one or two. And then do it in the other direction. Good, and then exhale, knee to chest. Good, place the right foot to the front, and here we're back into the runner's lunge. Good, now both arms beside you, palms facing each other. Good, and now let's come up into crescent lunge. Good, and then same, so we're going to grab that left wrist. Keep a bend in your left extended leg, so slight bend there, neutralize the pelvis, inhale, exhale to the right. Good, and again, inhale, exhale further to the right. Coming back to center, change the grasp of your wrist. Good, inhale, exhale to the left. Good, and again, inhale, exhale further to the left. Good, coming back to center, palms facing each other. Exhale, coming down, start to straighten that right leg. Good, pyramid fold. Keep the left heel lifted. Steady breaths. Good, and then we're going to have that left foot flatten again on the back of the mat. This time we have the right hand on the inside of the right leg. We start to open up the left arm. Good, and then you can bind the left arm behind you, place it on top of your right thigh. Good, and keep pressing that right elbow on the inside of the right knee. Taking a few breaths here, opening up the hips even further. Good, then releasing the left arm. Exhale all the way to the front. Good, and then we spin the back heel off, right arm twists open to the right. Inhale, and then we go all the way to the back with that right arm. And then exhale, start to come to the second pyramid fold, folding over the right leg. And just softening the shoulders. Good, let's bend the right knee again. Then the left foot lands next to the right foot. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, coming into a forward fold. Good. And now we're coming up. So again, that ripple effect of the spine, coming out one vertebra at a time. Rolling the shoulders last when we come into a standing. Embracing the arms nice and open wide all the way. And then exhale, coming down all the way into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Stepping into a plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Then exhale, downward facing dog. Good, take a moment here again. Just dropping into breath. Good, let's lift the left leg up. And again, same. So you really press with equal strength into both arms, bend the left knee. You can make a little wiggle, so 1 or 2. Going in 2 directions. Good, and then exhale, knee to chest. Place the left foot to the front, runner's lunge. Good, both arms beside you. And then inhale, coming up into high lunge. Good, bend that right knee slightly. Grab the right wrist with the left hand. Inhale. Exhale to the left. Good, and again, inhale. Exhale further to the left. Coming back to center. Grab the other wrist. Inhale. Exhale to the right. Good, and again, inhale. Exhale further to the right. Coming back to center, palms facing each other. Exhale, coming forward into your pyramid fold with the back heel lifted and really hinging from the hips. First, lengthening the spine and then folding forward. Good, and we're going to bend that left knee again. Right hand on the inside, twisting open to the left. Inhale. And then exhale, left hand all the way to the back. Good, and then coming back forward, straightening that left leg and folding over like a pyramid fold. Good, and now the back foot flattens, and now we bend that left knee, place the left hand on the inside of the left leg. Open up the right arm and the chest. Good, wrap the right arm behind, and you could grab the top of the thigh, taking a few breaths here. Now remember, you want your rib cage underneath, doing the work to really press in towards the side of the mat. Then we release our right arm. Exhale, extend the arm all the way to the front, engage the back leg. Right hand comes down on the inside of the left foot. Good, the right foot lands next to the left foot. Good, now we're going to separate our feet, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. And we're going to grab the elbows, just take a breath here, and you could bend the knees up and down. Good. Release the hands down, and let's come down into a squat. Coming into Malasana. So here we could press the elbows against the inside of the knees, start to open the chest. Taking a breath there. Good, then lower the hands down. Walk the left hand to the left and open up the right arm. Good, then we lower that down. Good, walk the right hand to the right, open up the left arm. You can start to open the chest. Feel the upper part of the chest, the pectoral muscles start to flex open, and then slowly lower down that left hand. Good, and then exhale, coming into a forward fold again. Good. Now the right foot transitions all the way to the back. We're going to flatten that back foot and then swivel all the way to the side, and we'll come into Skandasana. So a side lunge, have the left toes moving, flexing up towards the ceiling. Good, and then coming back into Warrior 2 at the front. Good, coming forward into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Steady breaths. Pedaling in. And just feeling connected with the hands, the inner corner of the front hands pressing in. Your neck relaxed. Your sit bones pressing up as your heels press down at the same time. Good, and then the right foot lands to the front. Good, and then we open up into warrior two on the other side. Relax the inner part of the muscles of the neck. Good, and then we'll bend that back leg and we'll come into Skandasana on the other side. Good, right toes pointing up. And again, you could even like have the left heel lifted if your inner thighs are a little bit tight to go into the pose. Always be careful of any sensations in the knee or connective tissue. Good, and then we'll come back forward all the way and we'll prepare for pigeon pose. So the left knee goes down, the right foot goes to the left side of the mat and we lower down that right knee. Okay, so coming back into that spine movement, we're going to twist here in our pigeon pose. So the first twist, now it depends on your right thigh muscle here. First you can open up the right arm, twist open to the right that way. Good, and then back. And then we come into a prayer twist. So we're going to have a prayer twist going to the left. So what we're going to do is place our elbow on the side and then place your hands in prayer and twist to the left first. Now, if your knee is hurting or your right thigh doesn't feel ready for it, then just come into a classic pigeon pose. Just take a few breaths here. Good, and then we'll gently release that and slowly come down onto the elbows. Take a moment here, coming into breath. You can even have the head down on the floor. Again, just evening the in and the out breath. And at this point in the class, you want to focus on that balanced breath. Notice the changes you've created in the body at this stage. Good, then we're going to have the hands come back up, so you come back up into your pigeon pose, and then slowly just swivel onto the right thigh and have the left leg transition to the front. Now we're going to cross the legs at our shins in whichever way you want in Sukhasana, and then start to fold forward here. You could even place your elbows down on the floor, you could place your head on a block, whatever feels good for you, just to come into this surrendered way of approaching your pose. The nice thing is if you place your head on a block, you can relax all the muscles in the back and the neck. And again, just dropping into breath, noticing the sensations in the body. Good, now we're slowly going to come back up from that one. And place your fingers to the side and start to open the chest up towards the sky. So come into an inverted pose here.
opening up the throat. Good, so each pose is an expression of the body. Now we're going to release that and come into pigeon on the other side. So we have the left knee pointing in towards the left corner of the mat. Remember, you want to keep your pelvis always level to the floor. You don't want to be capsizing to one side. Walk the right knee as far as you can to the back. And remember, we're coming into that fluidity of the back first. So right hand on the front, open up the left arm, look over the left shoulder if you can, if your back allows it. Good, and then we come back forward, and then here, option to have prayer twist in your pigeon pose. So you aim for the elbow to be close to where your foot is, place your hands in prayer, and then further the twist that way. Just deepening the stretch in the left side of all those hip muscles. So we release out of that twist, and then we just come into a standard traditional way of approaching the pose. Elbows forward, you can place your forehead down the mat. Just take a moment here. You could even have a bit of an active stretch with that left leg so you neutralize the pelvis. Good, now we're going to slowly rise up. And then slowly tilt onto the left buttocks, have the right leg swivel to the front. Then cross the legs at the shins, place your hands behind you, and we'll come into a front body stretch. So the knees pressing down, have the hands the arms engaged, shoulders drawing back. Just take a moment there. Good, and then slowly release. Okay, let's now come down onto the mat, extend the left leg, and we're going to pull that right knee in towards the chest. Good, and then we can come into half happy baby. Place a hand on the outside of the right foot, pulling the right knee in towards the floor, flatten the shoulders down. Take a moment there. Steady breath. Steady mind. Good, and then you can supine twist right knee to the left, extend the right arm, stacking the right hip on top of the left hip. Take a moment there. Good, and then we'll slowly release that. Good, and then extend the right leg, and then we'll pull the left knee in. Good. And then here, half happy baby again. So again, arm on the inside, hand on the outside of the foot, pull the knee down. Keep the back of the shoulders flat on the floor. Good, and then we're going to supine twist. So left knee to the right, extend the left arm. Take a moment there. Good, and then gently release. And we'll come into your well-deserved Shavasana. So a moment of mindfulness and meditation. Just have your arms slightly parted from the body and your legs slightly wider than the hips. And here you could just stay as long as you want, whether it's a 2-minute practice or a 5-minute or 10-minute Shavasana. It's totally up to you. But just take this moment to replenish and to really reap the benefits of your practice by being completely still. Thank thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.